for Nifty. But let's now connect with Mr. Lalit Jalan, Chief Executive Officer of Reliance Infra. Mr. Jalan, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Jalan, if I look at the numbers what you've reported for the quarter gone by, revenues from the EPC division have doubled from last quarter. So which are some of the key projects which have contributed to your EPC division for the quarter gone by?
We are in our EPC division, we are working on 13 projects. These are 6 power projects, 6 road projects and 1 transmission project. And as the guidance that we had given last year, as these projects are coming into rapid execution, we had given a guidance of 10,000 crores plus of top line for the year. And we are happy to report that we have done about 11,000 odd crores in EPC top line. Overall, the numbers have been very encouraging. We have had a record top line of 24,700 crores, which is a growth of 59% over last year. And our profits are at 1587 crores. Our EBITDA has grown 42% to 3,500 crores. And even our EBIT has grown to 2,500 crores.
Mr. Jalan, on a standalone basis, we see that margins have come under pressure on account of higher construction as well as subcontract costs. How do we see the margins for the company going ahead, and can we see any improvement?
We have always given a guidance of in the range of 8 to 10% EBITDA margins. And if you look at our margins for the year, they are in that range. We are confident that going forward, we'll be able to maintain our construction margins in the 8 to 10% EBITDA margin range.
Mr. Jalan, the EPC business has done rather well for you, but if I look at what you have reported in your power vertical for the quarter gone by, why is that Reliance Infra has reported a drop there?
There are 2 factors. Electricity is a seasonal business, so Q4 is always the lowest sales quarter for the year owing to the weather. And since we are supplying in Bombay and Delhi, which are cities, you'll find Q4 sales are always the lowest. In terms of prices, Bombay has been a little lower than last year owing to lower cost of power purchased, and Delhi is a little higher.
Mr. Jalan, what's the update on the collection of arrears for power consumers, and how much has been collected and how much is left, if you could give us details?
We haven't started collecting the arrears at all. The regulator had approved regulatory assets of 2,316 crores up to FY11. And together with interest accrued at the SBI PLR, we have given a plan to the regulator to realize this recovery from the various consumers over a 6-year period. The entire amount totaling would be about 4,800 crores with interest. So the proposal is already with the regulator, and we expect approval on that very shortly.
There are some reports that the ceiling project part 2 has been shelved. So how will this change life for Reliance Infra? I'm sure you've invested in that project upfront, and how are you planning to recover your costs?
We are still in discussions with MSRDC and the government of Maharashtra to find a solution to the ceiling project. For reasons as mentioned in various media reports, the project is not doable in the current form owing to various issues like viability gap funding, state support agreement, and things which were agreed at the time of signing of the concession agreement. So we are in discussions with MSRDC and the government to find a way forward for this project.
And what about the update on Mumbai Metro Phase 1? When will it start operations and revenue potential as well?
Mumbai Metro 1, we have completed 92% of the civil works. We expect the entire project will be operational by the end of this financial year. If you would see that the works on the Western Express Highway bridge, which is the first cable-stayed metro bridge in the world, is almost nearing completion. Even the bridge over the Andheri tracks is under construction. So by the end of this financial year, we expect the metro to be operational.
In terms of a number, what is your current debt on the book, and how much of your current debt you're planning to repay by FY13?
Our total equity is at 24,000 crores, which gives us a book value of 917 rupees. Our debt equity for a power stroke infrastructure company at 0.7 to 4 to 1 is, I think, the lowest in the industry. We are very conservatively financed. Most of our peers are in the range of 3 to 4 times debt equity. On our long-term debt, most of the debt is back-ended, so a very small portion of the long-term debt would be coming for repayment next year.
Mr. Jalan, if you could leave us with your revenue as well as profit guidance for FY13.
If I look at the three segments of my business, the electricity segment will be a stable segment, growing at maybe 10% on a year-to-year basis with stable margins. We expect to meet our top line and margins for our EPC business for the current year. On the infrastructure side, we expect 10 out of 11 road projects to be operational this year. We expect 2 metros to be operational this year, and we expect 3 transmission lines to be operational this year. So we expect that on the infrastructure side, we should see a quantum jump in top line. We expect the top line to cross more than 1,000 crores. So all in all, we see an encouraging FY13.
Well, let's appreciate your time and thank you for joining us. Let's look at state